which park today?
This is Chattahoochee Bend State Park.
Chattahoochee Bend State Park, and it is technically Newnan,
right,
but it is the most western edge of Newnan, and it is in the middle of nowhere.
Right on the banks of the Chattahoochee River. It's a beautiful, beautiful park.
Yeah, it really is true woods. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Definitely bring your DEET when you come out. You never know what you're going to run into.
Sure, yeah.
But we're going to learn a little bit about the park today. Hopefully we'll get a chance to go kayaking. The trails are beautiful, the camping sites, and I hear that there is an eagle's nest here.
We're going to look for it.
We're going to definitely go looking for it, and a little bit of geocaching while we're at it.
So we're here with Aaron Kenner, Park Manager at Chattahoochee Bend State Park. Aaron, tell us about your park and what makes it special.
Well, our park is 2,910 acres. We are right on the Chattahoochee River in Coweta County. We have 7 miles of river in the park, and we have hiking, camping, mountain biking trails, and we have a lot of programs that we do for the families and the kids.
And the river is the big draw here. Everybody comes here for the river and the kayaking, right?
It is. That is our huge draw. We actually rent canoes and kayaks here, and they're $30 a day, and they can put in upriver and paddle all the way down to our boat ramp, or they can put in our boat ramp and actually paddle about a 7-hour trip down to Franklin. So,
oh wow, yeah.
They have a lot of options here.
And I know we're going to learn about some of the programs you can do for the paddling later on, and we're excited to learn about that. But I think this is the most remote park we've been to yet. This is really it really is out in the woods here, right?
It is. A lot of people, when they get here, the first thing they say is, wow, we didn't ever think we were going to get here.
Yeah.
So we're actually about 25 to 30 minutes from Newnan, from the interstate at I-85. So it's quite a ride out here, but it's a beautiful place once you get here.
And it really does feel like you're really in the wilderness. It really is nice out here, and we look forward to seeing all that you have to offer, and we may be back in touch later.
Absolutely, that's great. Thanks for being here.
All right. So we're here with Joe DeGennaro, the naturalist at Chattahoochee Bend State Park, and we are at the north platforms, right, Joe?
Yes, sir. We were about 5.5 miles back from the visitor center. You have to hike back here. It's the only way to get back here right now. Eventually, we're going to have the new road open, and you can drive back.
That's right. And there's, it said 8 platforms?
8 platforms.
And the platforms are just designed for tent camping, right?
Correct. There's no power or water. There is a bathroom facility, and there is lights in the bathroom.
But it is right on the banks of the river, guys. Right on the Chattahoochee River. A beautiful, beautiful place.
And there's a staircase, so if you are a kayaker or a canoeer, you can come up and down the staircase to the river.
That's right.
It's very convenient.
And speaking of the river, now you guys do a really unique program here at Chattahoochee Bend called Hike and Paddle?
Yes, sir. We hike back the 5.5 miles, and then the boats are already back here. Our maintenance crew brings them back here, and then we have lunch, and then we cast off here for a 2-hour float.
And it's all inside the park, right?
It is inside the park, yes.
What a neat trip. What a neat trip. That's your most popular program.
Yes, we actually run 2 in June, 2 in July, 2 in May, and 2 in August.
And they're all full.
Not July and August yet, but it's getting there. I just signed someone up for July today.
I'm sure they will be. And what a neat park to have 7 miles of river inside the park. Is
7
that right?
miles, yes.
That's right. That's a beautiful, beautiful place.
And about 15 miles of hiking trails.
Some other interesting programs here too, right? What's your favorite programs to do?
We're starting a Junior Ranger camp, which is 3 days during the week. We have 2 set up for June and 2 for July, and it goes from ages 7 to 12, and you can call the front office and sign up.
And that's for kids, and they learn about parks and nature and.
Oh yeah, we're going to do hiking. We're going to do that survival kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, we're going to work with Dutch ovens and do silver turtles. We're going to cook, and we're going to learn how to make fire so we can cook. And
that's right.
We're going to learn how to hike and be safe during the hike and stay on the trails and pay attention to nature. Really, get the kids out in the park instead of being inside on the computers and the games.
Unplugging from all that technology is key, right?
Yeah,
that's great.
Absolutely.
Chattahoochee Bend is a relatively new park, right?
It is. We will actually be 6 years old in July 1st.
That's the second newest park, right?
Second newest park and the 5th largest park in
And
the
the
state.
5th largest park. I didn't know that. That's great.
Yep.
And there's a pretty interesting story how Chattahoochee Bend came to be, right?
It is. Georgia Power used to own all this property and they use it for timber harvesting, and the state actually got it from Georgia Power, so we're super lucky in that. It's a super great location.
How long have you been here, Aaron?
I've been here about 2.5 years.
What's it like working at such a young park where you're still developing a lot of things?
I was super excited to get a young park because there's so much potential for growth, and you get to see things change and how the park develops and how people actually discover the park. When I first got here, hardly anybody knew it was here, and there's so many people that come out now. It's great.
That's great. That's great.
Hey Georgia, we are back here and I am standing with Joe and he's going to tell us a little bit about this amazing flat rock, which is what you call it, right? That we're standing on right here. So tell me about it.
This has all the same features as Stone Mountain, the same divots and everything else. We also have lichen that grows here, that which you have to be very careful not to step on it because it takes so long to grow.
Okay, wait, lichen.
Lichen, okay.
Okay, so to someone like me who reads a lot of books, watches a lot of movies, lichen is not something that grows on the ground. It would be something that is fought by vampires. So what is lichen here in the park?
Lichen is actually a mold slash algae that grows.
Okay.
It's not even a plant. I guess algae is a plant. But,
So we don't need to bring our silver or our crossbows,
no,
okay?
not at all.
And so tell me why it's special to this park.
Because you needed that rock for it to grow on the granite.
Okay.
And then for people not to trample all over it. And that's
Okay.
why it's really important when you're on the trail to stay on the trail.
And so when we came out here and you were showing this to me, and I'm sure that you guys will get to see it, but there are little pieces and you said it looks just like mold,
Yeah.
but because it's so specific and it only grows, this form only grows here, it's very important if you guys come out and you take a look around, be very careful and look around your feet and don't step on it because it's very easy to miss. But it's so cool that it's just here.
Yes.
It's very cool. So it needs the granite to grow on.
Right.
And that's what makes it so special.
And the moisture.
And the moisture.
And the moisture.
Now you said this is a lot like Stone Mountain. So
Correct.
this is the same type of granite?
It's similar to the same granite, but it has the same divots and growth and the same type of veins that are in it, that which is actually minerals that when the rock split, the minerals went in there and hardened.
Oh, that's super interesting. So if you have any kids out there, I believe it was for my daughter, maybe 2nd grade, 3rd grade, they started learning about minerals and stuff. This would be a fantastic place to come and see it, maybe firsthand. But this particular place, you said it was called Flat Rock.
Right.
Okay. And you guys know from watching this show that I am not a woodsy outdoor person, but there is a fantastic little trail right around this that you can go hiking. I'm going to use that word loosely because you guys can see what I'm wearing and it's totally fine to come out, have a nice picnic, enjoy this, enjoy the beautiful nature that's out here. So it's very, very cool.
It is an easy hike. A little incline. It wasn't bad, but the paths are well marked. It's dirt. Well, everything's dirt around here, but
It's outdoors. You're gonna get dirty.
Yeah, but it's marked, and the Friends group really takes care of it. And we appreciate our friends taking care of it.
Yeah,
Our
that's a
group here.
beautiful thing. So make sure you guys definitely come see Flat Rock and the Flat Rock Loop Trail when you come out to this park. It's really cool. Right here behind us is our canoe paddle. They called it a kayak canoe of some sort because it's not a straight kayak.
Well, it's an open top kayak.
Okay, open top kayak.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do not know the right terms for that. And I'm totally bummed because today we were going to go out on the river, but it has rained so much and the water is up so high and moving so fast that they've decided that's probably not the best thing to catch on film today.
Yeah, it's rained for like 3 days straight here, and the river is really, really high. So.
But they do have boat rentals here.
Correct.
Of course, so you have your life jackets, your paddles, everything that you need. And these seat looks like they seat 2.
Yeah, and I think they have some canoes too, and some other kayaks.
And this is the type of canoe kayak that you would use on the
hike and paddle.
the hike and paddle.
This
right?
is where you would get out from the hike and paddle. So
Right.
after you've kayaked you've walked 5 miles, you've had lunch, you floated downriver, this is where you get out.
Right, and we're in the day use
Right.
area is what they call that. And so this is where the trail starts for the hike and paddle. And you do not have to carry the boat,
That's right.
the life jackets, or the paddles with you when you go on the hike. That is a question I absolutely had. Do I have to carry that boat with me?
It's a good
and you
question.
don't. They drop it off up there.
Right, they've got the trailer and they tow it with a truck and they have everything kind of set up for you. It's I don't know, that kind of falls into that glamping experience that we talked about sometimes.
It does.
That's kind of a nice little feature, yeah.
You don't have to worry about any of those things. You can just go do it.
Right.
And so you can hike up the trail, and this is where you end up.
That's right.
Right. And so this is a really beautiful area. So I'm totally bummed I don't get to go kayaking, but I hope you guys will take the experience and check it out and come out and see what it's all about. Hey, we are back and we are with
Jessica.
And Jessica, what's your official title here?
I'm actually the assistant park manager here at
Okay.
Chattahoochee Bend.
And I understand you're going to tell us a little bit more about the Junior Ranger program that you guys have here.
Yes, so we are starting a junior ranger camp this year. It's 2 weeks in June, and it's ages 7 to 12, and it's really trying to get kids outdoors. And so we'll have things like archery, hiking, outdoor survival skills, campfire building, and a little bit of each. A little bit of things for each kind of person.
And so is it 2 weeks total, or you can come and choose which days you want?
So it's over the span of 3 days, 2 separate weeks.
Okay, got it, okay. And that's a wonderful way to get the kids outdoors and enjoy. Do the parents join them, or is it a drop-off?
It's a drop-off, so the hours are from 9 to 3, so they'll drop them off around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then they can pick them back up at the park at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful way to get the kids outdoors and playing, get them out of their electronics, and come see the beautiful natural resources that Georgia has to offer and really get them to appreciate them. So we appreciate you telling us about that today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today while we took a look at Chattahoochee Bend State Park. It was so beautiful out here today to learn everything that they had to offer. So don't miss the opportunity to go to the website. Tell us the website again.
It's www.gastateparks.org.
And you can check out all the things that this park has to offer. Now, does this one have its own Facebook page?
It does, and it's gastateparks.org/chatbend.
Perfect. And you can follow all the activities they have, the park ranger camp for the kids they talked about, any specials they're running, of course. You'll probably be able to learn about the eagle's nest we saw, and just the water level for that matter,
Absolutely.
if it's safe to come kayaking that day. And don't forget to get the geocaching app on your phone because it's so much fun to find them. Don't you? I mean, your
I love
family
it.
plays.
We do
yeah?
it. Me and my boys, we play anytime we travel, anytime we're out and about. We always look for places. And it's always interesting because it takes you to places like this that you might not find just by yourself.
And that's more than just at this park.
Right.
It's at all the parks.
Geocaching's at all state parks. There
Right.
are dozens of caches at every park. There's a special, at the historic sites that we've been to, there's a special history geocache tour that you can do at all the historic sites.
So it's so fascinating, guys. I really hope that you take a minute to explore what the Georgia State Parks has to offer for you right here in your own backyard. So we hope you stay tuned for our next episode. You can tune in on Charter Channel 182 or scbtv.com to learn more. And we will see you next time.